Hello everyone, welcome back to our study of mind rubrics, and let's continue with our study of the delirium rubrics from Kent's repertory. And the next sub rubric within the delirium rubric that we are doing is delirium, delirium arms throws about. So there is a single remedy in this rubric, that is belladonna, and I think all of us know that belladonna is a psychiatric or a remedy which alters the perception of the individual and causes lot of imaginations. So patient has imaginary um, uh, images of ghosts coming, of someone pursuing them, trying to kill them, trying to rip them apart, trying to mutilate them, murder them. So they see a lot of violent images, and in that, mm, when they are seeing such kind of violent images, that is when during the especially belladonna develops these kind of images in dreams during sleep. So in delirium, maybe they are having it even when they are awake, and they are able to see all these kinds of images, and then with no reason they seem to be throwing their hands around, either in the to fight or to hit. Basically what we have to remember is belladonna has a violent reaction to these images, so they will try to hit, strike, and give back violence when violence is being done to them, that the ghost is being violent towards them, is trying to kill them, murder them, or someone is trying to kill them, murder them. Then they will feel that they want to do something violent along with this, and in that delirious state you may see that belladonna is sort of moving their hands here and there in this imaginary fight. And all of us know, along with this delirium, what will be seen is very high grade fever with a special congestion to the head, with headache throbbing. Next sub rubric is delirium aroused on being. So aroused means when you are aroused from the sleep, and this most probably will be again seen during fevers or during some kind of mm, pathology that the patient may be having in the background, which is sort of affecting their consciousness level, right? So what you will see is, if you wake this patient up from their sleep, then they will become violent, they will start quarreling, they will start arguing, or they may start hitting, they may start violent actions when they are aroused from their sleep. So there are two remedies in this sub rubric. The first remedy is hyparself. In hyparself, what you will see is more of quarrelsomeness, that they are becoming very argumentative, uh, and quarreling, etc., and very sensitive. Hipar self is extremely sensitive. In the physical, we know that it is sensitive to cold air, sensitive to touch, odor, smell. All their senses are very, very highly sensitive. In fact, one of the important keynote symptoms of hipar self is even slightest pain will cause fainting. That is the amount of sensitivity of hipar self, that even slight pain they may faint. So they are extremely touchy, extremely sensitive, and if you wake them, they're like, oh, could you wake me? And they have this violent rage where we all know hipar self can stab, um, or put things on fire and do such kind of violent actions when they are sort of disturbed, because out of their hypersensitivity. That is what is their most important symptom, that is hypersensitivity, physically or mentally. Slight thing goes here and there, the reaction is very violent. Little bit, how, why did you make the turn on the fan, huh, it's too chilly, they become very aggressive, they will fight, they will argue, are okay, by mistake I did it, turned on, now relax, no, you disturb my sleep, they will keep on arguing. It goes for a very long time, just a small change. That is the amount of sensitivity. Little bit of sensitivity is creating a response which is very aggressive, quarrelsome, and hurting, harming others, because they feel so much of pain, like they are going to faint. Okay, the next remedy is phosphorus. Phosphorus, like we said, no, this kind of rubric can be seen in pathologies. Hepar maybe during pain, during acute infections, fevers, etc. But phosphorus also can be during fevers. But phosphorus, especially if you see like diabetes mellitus, ketoacidosis, there the patient has become delirious. Patient has been complaining that there is gradual weakness that is developing since the last 1 month, 2 month, and sugar also has not been under control, and suddenly the patient has dropped. Now suddenly the patient has been told that you have some severe illness, your kidney is failing, your heart may be failing, you have ketoacidosis, this is very life threatening situation. At that time, if you see delirium and the patient is resting, if you wake up, then the phosphorus response is, when you wake them up from sleep, is violent, hmm? With rage, lot of anger, oh, why did you wake me up, with rage, violent things, throwing things, hitting things. So in that delirium, when you see violence, especially on waking up, when you wake someone up from sleep, you should think of phosphorus. But in the background, what you will see is chronic pathology, then you should think of phosphorus. Okay. Oh no, the next rubric is delirium attacks people with knife. This sentence ignore, lack of interest, I think by mistake it has come. So the rubric is attacks people with a knife. The single remedy given here is hyoscyamus. Now hyoscyamus, again like belladonna, we know is belonging to the same family, that is Solanaceae, and all these three remedies, hyoscyamus, stramonium, and belladonna, have imaginations of violence, terror, terrifying, kill, murder, mutilate, all of this. But the main thing in hyoscyamus is, along with the reaction, where very rarely they will have a violent reaction, hyoscyamus, where they are going to pick up a knife and run behind someone, but generally they will pick up this knife and run behind someone who they feel has cheated them. It will not be uh, mm, mm, only imaginary ghosts, etc., but somewhere they have this strong feeling that I feel my wife cheated me, or I feel that my husband cheated me, he or she had an affair, I know she has excessive sexual needs, so she did this. So they, nothing of this can may be true, all this is imaginary, because belladonna, hyoscyamus, stramonium, all is imaginary. How much ever proof the wife may submit, the husband may submit, they may not be able to trust, because another symptom of hyoscyamus is suspiciousness, lack of trust. They cannot trust, they are mistrustful. So out of their suspicion, doubt, mistrust, fear, they will sort of occasionally, rarely become violent, but they will become violent towards that person who they feel has cheated them or betrayed them. fear betrayal of. This is another important symptom of hyoscyamus. So those were the 3 rubrics that I had to share with all of you today. I hope you enjoyed these rubrics and you learned something from this. I really look forward to all of you subscribing to this new channel where I am putting these rubrics, and see you all in our next rubric. Till then, bye bye.